Hi everyone, welcome to another exciting edition of Jamaica Magazine. It's only 5 days until Christmas. What do you have planned? Well, here at JIS, we're going to walk you through some alternative Christmas recipes that you can try. And high school students, let's see how your writing skills can make you some money in the new year. All this and more after the news.
Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, December 20. The island is expected to benefit from continued improvements in the business climate, particularly in a simplified tax structure. This as government now has access to a $50 million policy-based loan from the Inter-American Development Bank, the IDB. The funds are the third and final installment of the Fiscal Structural Program for Economic Growth, FISPEG.
The FISPEG 3 will assist the government in strengthening tax policy and administration, ensuring stability of the national insurance scheme, and also strengthening the fiscal responsibility framework even further. Importantly, strengthening the capacity of the tax and customs administration will facilitate improved movement of goods and services within and outside of the Caribbean community, and promote better integration of Jamaica into the global economy.
Finance Minister Audley Shaw was speaking at Monday's agreement signing. Mr. Shaw said the actions will contribute to increased macroeconomic stability, a sustainable debt reduction trajectory, enhanced investor confidence, and an improved business climate that will attract new investments. Meanwhile, the Inter-American Development Bank is lauding the island's economic recovery over the past 4 years. At a press conference Monday, the bank's general manager for the Caribbean Group, Therese Turner-Jones, said countries are now trying to emulate the significant turnaround.
I want to congratulate the Ministry of Finance, especially the officials who worked really hard to stay the course and really keep the effort up, not just on the primary balance, because that's also unprecedented to have a 7.5% surplus for a long period of time. But other countries are looking at what did Jamaica actually do. So I think now this is a very proud moment.
In other news, murders, rapes, and other sexual offenses against children have trended down in 2016 when compared to last year. Figures released by the Jamaica Constabulary Force show that up to December 16, there were 40 reports of child murders, down from 61 in 2015. Likewise, there were 118 less cases of rapes, while other sexual offenses dropped to 261 from 463 cases. Deputy Commissioner of Police George Coelho gave the figures at Friday's launch of the Violence Against Children Reward Fund. He expressed the hope that the partnership will help to maintain the decline in violence against children.
The launch of this fund goes beyond rewarding persons who assist in the arrest and charge of persons who has committed violent acts against children. Instead, it represents an urgent call, a wake-up call, if you will, a call to action to all law-abiding citizens for their individual and collective assistance in stamping out this curse, and a strong warning to perpetrators that we will not sit by and see our blossoming potential destroyed.
Meanwhile, the private sector organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, has pledged its continued support of the recently established Violence Against Children Reward Fund. The $1.2 million fund was spearheaded by the PSOJ and will be managed by Crime Stop Jamaica.
We know that our membership will continue to support in even greater amounts the continuation of this reward fund, and again pledge the PSOG's commitment to ensuring that our children are protected so that we can all develop together a better, safer, happier, and blossoming nation.
And the Chief Executive Officer of the Child Development Agency, Rosalie Gage-Gray, has welcomed the fund.
This reward fund will make a huge difference in the apprehension of criminals who continue to set their sights on the most vulnerable, our children. We stand ready to work with you in this fundamental shift, which indeed will be a motivation for our citizens to act in the best interest of our children by reporting what they know.
And finally, government will reintroduce the Tourism Service Excellence Program TSEP Awards next year. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says it's to recognize outstanding individuals and organizations that have made an exemplary contribution to the sector.
To enable you to recognize how much we care and support and want to incentivize and want to highlight and showcase and parade the good service that you have been doing.
Minister Bartlett says the program forms part of his ministry's strategic overseas marketing efforts to highlight Jamaica's outstanding service standards. The 2017 award ceremony will be held on March 4 at the Hyatt Ziva Rose Hall in Montego Bay. The minister was addressing the recent ceremony to mark the start of the 2016-17 winter tourist season. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thank you for watching.
Well, I like the excitement, the happiness, and the sharing and the caring from neighbors and friends and families. And the beauty about it that we know as Christians what's the reason for the season, who is Jesus Christ.
What I like about Christmas is Thanksgiving, everybody go around, my family, we meet up on Boxing Day in Manchester, enjoy it a lot.
I like the Christmas, but through the money now run and thing, but I still love it, because you know when you have the children them, you feel good and happy, you have them around them. Ties and everything, make you feel nice. And the Christmas song, you see me?
The light, of course, the people, the present, and the beauty. That is what I like most about Christmas.
I like Christmas because it's a time of glory. It's a time where you celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. And of course, a lot of good stuff, and all around you set it up pretty and all of that.
What I like about Christmas, I like to buy the stuffs, the pretty things, and I love to sport because Christmas is the best time to sport. Yes, and to collect gifts and those stuff.
It's a time for family and, you know, the festive activities. Christmas is just all fun.
The hustle bustle of Christmas, the celebrations, the sorrel and cake and others. Yeah. The weather, the environment, you know, it's always looking different. The breeze, you know, it's always looking different, as if Christmas is a special time of the year.
There are many fears and misconceptions about giving blood, some of which we'll be dispelling for you today. Joining me is Acting Director of the National Blood Transfusion Service, Dr. Veronica Taylor. Thanks for coming, Dr. Taylor.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, Dr. Taylor, one of the first fears that we want to discuss today is the fear of needles or being too nervous to donate.
Okay. First of all, donating blood allows that you can save 3 lives. So when you are coming to donate blood, you have to have that in mind. I know that there are myths or fears to donated blood because the size of the needle is like a mosquito bite. Don't be scared. That unit will be open in front of you and it's an easy way to go. Our nurses are well capable to do this procedure. You cannot be scared because when you go into donated blood, that unit of, or the bag of unit of blood will be open in front of you. So it's single use. You will feel comfortable. There is not a way, not at all, to catch any disease.
Some persons also believe that they cannot donate blood because they've had other diseases such as ZV and CHIKV. This is not the case. You can also donate if you've had these diseases, right?
Okay, I would like to clarify that. When you come into donated blood, you will have an interview. So in that interview, the nurse will be rigorous, asking you few questions that you will answer because it will be for the benefit of the recipient. So they will ask you few questions as if you have been in contact with person that have sick B. If that is the case, you will defer for 15 days. If you have been contacted the sick B, you will be deferred for 15 days. If you, after donating blood, started with symptoms, you will need to contact the blood transfusion service at any way that you have been donated the blood, because we will defer that blood will be discarded. So we will have a quarantine of the blood for a few days in awaiting for any symptoms that the donors could have in that period of time.
And Dr. Taylor, what about those persons who believe that they will not be able to partake in any physical activity or sport after donating blood?
One of our recommendations when we do the interview, if you go to the gym every day, the day that you donated the blood, will not do it, because remember that we have to remove 500 milliliter of the volume of your blood. My recommendation is increase your water intake. Taking more than 3 liters, you will be okay for the following day, be doing your gym or your sport activity.
That's great. And what about those persons who believe that they will not have enough blood after giving blood, so they avoid giving blood in its entirety?
What I would say, your bone marrow, removing 500 milliliter will hyperactive and will put in place in again, you need your red cell, your platelet, and your white blood cell. So nothing to worry about.
Persons sometimes say that they're just too busy to donate. What do you have to say regarding, how long the process is and, the other blood drives that you have to facilitate persons who may not be able to come here directly to donate blood?
Okay, that is a good question. We have the possibility to go to your workplace to allow you with a blood drive to help us to increase our number of units of blood in the blood bank. So we have different ways to allow to you to donate blood. 1, coming to the blood collection center. 2, a blood drive. 3, we use a mobile unit that go to the different places to allow person that interested to donate blood to go to that facility. The other way that you can, your day that you are resting, is a person living in Kingston and St. Andrews can go on Saturday from 9 to 3 o'clock to the National Chest Hospital. There we have a blood collection center that is open every Saturday. So that is another possibility, that the day that you are free to go and donate blood.
Perfect. And what about the issue of age? Is there an age limit for donating blood? Are you ever too old or are you too young to donate?
There is important to know that you can donate blood if you are between 17 and 60 years old. For the person that have been donated and regular donor, they can go up to 65. So that is important to be aware.
And a very popular myth is that you cannot donate blood because you've had a tattoo.
No, I know that it is normal to have a tattoo, but we don't allow after 1 year to come and donate blood. Remember that you will use needle and you can be infected, so there is a window period that we don't want to violate, so we wait 1 year after you donated you have your tattoo in place and you can come and donate blood. Don't be scared.
And finally, vegetarians think that they cannot give blood because they simply do not have enough iron.
Okay, that is not true. Starting with a healthy lifestyle, we know that eating more vegetable and fruit, we are doing well. So vegetarian person don't have to be scared. We will take you through the process of what you will do when you donate blood, and we will check your hemoglobin level. doing a test, and that will let me know if you are able to donate or not. So vegetarian is not an excuse to come and donate blood.
Thank you, Dr. Taylor. Is there anything else you want to say?
Yes, I want to say something that is very important. Please, it's not only National Blood Transfusion Service at 21 Slipen Road where you can come and donate blood. There are 10 blood collection centers island-wide, and I please encourage everybody to come and donate blood. We know that in the last, 8 months, the increase of accidents in Jamaica have been affected. So the way that we can save that life is sometimes the need of blood. Also, I would like to encourage people to keep donating blood. Why? Because PAHO and WHO want in 2020 that our country be 100% voluntary donors. So without your support, we will not be in that target. Please come and donate blood.
Thank you, Dr.
Yes.
Taylor. It was good having you. So having some of those major fears and misconceptions dispelled, I sure hope that you will face your fear today and donate blood. All the best.
At Christmas, many of us look forward to tasty ham, chicken, and other meat dishes. But for those who don't eat meat, here are some great alternatives.
Wow, can't talk. Too good. So come back later.
Surprised, right? Well, trust me, I was surprised too, but the food was delicious. And now we're here to share with you another way of preparing a vegetarian meal. And with me to do this is Chef Carl Thomas. So, Senor Thomas, what will you be preparing today?
Well, hi Kerry. Today I'll be preparing a traditional type vegan meal.
Okay.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is.
Right, so I'm going to start first by wilting our pak choy. I want to make sure that we have a large amount of boiling water because we're working with green vegetables. Right, I want to ensure that we have a little bit of salt in that water, because that is important. We want to make sure that in all stage of preparation, the meal is seasoned properly. Right, so we add a little bit of salt to that. We're just going to take our pak choy. We have removed the white section of it, right, to ensure that we can have it soft when we're ready to roll it up. Right, and then remove it from the water. We're just going to set this aside and we're going to go back to it when we're actually ready to do our presentation. Right, in the same liquid now is when we're going to start to prepare our cornmeal. So we're going to start by adding the following ingredients. Some scallion. Right, we won't be using any form of like milk or coconut milk in this, so we want to ensure that we have a significant amount of flavor in there. Some garlic, some onions, right? And as typical Jamaican, we want to add a little bit of Scotch bonnet pepper to it. We're also going to be adding some salt and pepper. We're now going to be adding our cornmeal, right? We want to add this all at once. We don't want to add it a little at a time because we don't want it to lump up. It's important that you continue to stir it as you add the cornmeal to the water because you don't want it to fall to the bottom of the pot and start to stick. We're going to leave this on a low flame and just allow it to cook through it. It will take probably about 5 to 7 minutes for it to cook properly. We're going to go ahead and start our ragu now. So we're going to be starting with some olive oil. Just a small amount. I want to ensure that whatever that you're preparing, it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. At the same time, we're also using a non-stick pan. So we're adding some garlic. some onions, and a little bit of hot pepper. Right. We're going to then add some scallion. And then we're going to start adding our beans. Everything has already been pre-cooked, so we're adding some black beans to this. Our gungo peas. Some green peas. Some red kidney beans. And some sweet corn, or whole kernel corn. So I want to ensure that we toss everything together so we kind of marry all the flavors that we already had in the pot, the onion, scallion, garlic and thyme, along with our peas and beans. As usual, we season with a little bit of salt and pepper. And just to kind of bring all the flavors together, I'm going to tip a little bit, about 1 ounce of water in the pot. And then we're going to be adding our tomato sauce to this. Some fresh thyme. Right, and we're going to be adding some thyme to our cornmeal as well. And a little bit of parsley. I'm just gonna wrap them now in our pak choy. So because we have the piece that has been removed here, we just want to bring it together. So we're gonna take some more beans. And so we're gonna make almost like a little log. We're just gonna roll it up. A little bit here. Right. And then starting from this end, we're just gonna put the pak choy over it, and just like a little cigar. Where cool breezes blow, catch the festive spirit sweet, catch the rhythm and the beat, instead of catching a cold out in.
What I really like is the fact that you use local products.
Yes.
And seasonal food,
Definitely.
the gungo peas and so on.
Because it's traditional around about Christmas time, so you want to incorporate that as well.
Okay, thank you so much again.
Pleasure's
Bless you.
mine. Thanks for
I'm
having
going
me.
to now go and feast. Okay, is that allowed?
Yes, definitely.
All right, so I'll see you. I can't wait to taste the polenta. You know that's stun cornmeal, right? I can't wait to taste it. And especially the ragu, the peas and the beans mixed in that rich tomato sauce. I think it's going to be delicious. Just by the looks of it, it's colorful. Woo! There it is. Thank you so much. Can you see it? Right, so I'm going to dig in. But before I do, listen, you go ahead. Try your hand at different things in the kitchen, right? Create different flavors and aromas and have yourself a wonderful, fabulous, but healthy Jamaican Christmas.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
Last month, we announced the Access to Information ATI essay competition for high school students. Have you started preparing your entry? If not, you still have a little time. Here's what you need to do. Nowadays, just about anyone can legally access most government documents thanks to the Access to Information Act. The act, which was introduced in 2002, makes government more transparent and gives you a chance to participate in national decision making.
And that is what the Access to Information Act is really about. It's about empowering our citizens to take control of their country. It's about empowering our citizens to take control of their communities, to recognize that governance and the running of the country is not only the purview of the politician, not only the purview of a leader, but it is the purview of the citizen and those who follow.
Students and researchers, both locally and internationally, have been benefiting tremendously from the right to access under the Act. Whereas in the past, government offices were sometimes slow to respond to requests for information, under the Access to Information Act, responses have been much quicker.
Because of what is in the Act, requires that we respond in the first instance within 30 days, and we may get an extension of a further 30 days. And if we don't respond, there are sanctions under the law. So many persons are now using the Act to ensure that we are responsive.
The Access to Information Unit recently launched its annual essay competition as one way of ensuring the public is more aware of the Access to Information Act. If you are a student of a registered high school, you have until the 31st of January 2017 to submit your entry.
It is hoped that this competition will stimulate young minds into considering the roles that they can play in the social, political, or civic process, and to, above all else, challenge them to think about how effectively they can contribute and give of their best whatever they are called upon to do.
A former winner of the essay competition speaks of her experience as a participant.
Writing the essay I entered into the competition required me to do some extensive research in the area, research which opened my eyes to the laws, legislations, and provisions I previously was unaware of.
Another major perk for participating in the competition is the cash prizes to be won. The first prize winner gets $50,000, the second place winner $30,000, and the third place winner $20,000.
In addition to the knowledge gained from participating in the competition, I must add that the prizes make the work well worth it. That cash prize I received was used as the very first payment towards my tertiary education. It basically gave me the start I needed.
The ministry continues to recognize and highlight the fact that our past winners have been excelling academically, and that competition of this nature allows students to express their views fluently and creatively. And these are key competencies that are required of them to participate effectively in the information economy.
The topic for this year's competition is the Access to Information Act is playing a significant role in improving accountability and transparency in Jamaica. Discuss. So, if you are a high school student seeking to improve your research skills while having a chance to win some cash, why not start working on your essay today? You have until January 31st, 2017 to submit your entry. For more information, contact the Access to Information Unit at 5 to 9 South Odeon Avenue, Halfway Tree, Kingston 10. Telephone 968-3166 or 968-8282. And this is how we close the pages of another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I leave you with this quote from Mother Teresa. It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of Jamaica Magazine. You can also watch this edition again on our YouTube channel. Also, for all the government information that you could possibly need, join us at jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Theodore Henry. Walk good this Christmas season.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.